everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to have you back for this very fun and honestly very long video. I'm basically going to be telling you all of my favorite affordable places to shop, not just like thrifting, but also in store and online. So yeah, if you are interested, then keep watching. And hopefully it won't be too long of a video, but the list is pretty long, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so first things first, I just wanted to start off by saying that a lot of these places are considered fast fashion, and I truly think that it's up to each person as the consumer and the buyer where they want to spend their money. So just like keep that in mind. We're gonna start off with some Chinese retailers. So we have Shein, which has been kind of hot and cold in terms of how people feel about it, but you can find really great options on there. They genuinely have something for everyone. Similar to Shein, we also have Romwe and Zaful, which I'm pretty sure either use the same manufacturer or they just are the same company. I've gotten Romwe items from Shein before. Okay, and so similar to those, we have YesStyle, which is not quite as popular, but they have a lot of really trendy pieces that are a bit younger, a lot of styles that are, again, made for a Chinese audience. So with all of these, I would be really careful to look at the size charts for each individual item, not just like an overall size chart, because I think that they are all made very differently, and a lot of times they're not made for every type of body. So you have to just check. Okay, so the next few we have are ones that you kind of have to dig through a little bit more. So to start off, we have Aliexpress. Aliexpress is not made for clothing specifically or for clothing to be sold, but they do have a lot to offer. But in order to find those pieces, you do have to dig, and you have to put in all these different random search topics in order to get, you know, what it is that you're looking for. But I would definitely recommend, if you find an item on AliExpress that you like, to go to that seller's specific store and see what else they have on there that interests you, because I think that's how I found most everything, is based off of reviews and based off of the recommendations that like show up on the sides and at the very bottom. So that's where I find the best things, is when it's recommended from other items I've looked at. Next we have Amazon. So Amazon has free 2-day shipping for almost everything. So it's really great if you're in a bind, or if you have a specific item that you've been like dying for, or you need a birthday dress or something. It's really quick, it's really easy. You can find very good items, but similar to AliExpress, you do kind of have to search for it. It's a little bit easier. You can really just type things in, and on the left side where it says categories, put in, you know, women, dress, whatever, and a couple of keywords in the search bar, and you'll usually be able to find what you're looking for. Next we have ASOS, which is one of my favorites. It is completely made for clothing, but it is so overwhelming when you go on the website. There's so much stuff, so you really do have to either sift through a lot of things or know exactly what you want. There's kind of no way around it with ASOS. It's just a lot of stuff on there. Next we have a newer site called Cider. I heard about Cider from TikTok. It's very trendy, very youthful. They don't have too many products, so it's really easy to look through it, and prices are pretty good for the items that they have, especially because they're like very current and popular items. Okay, next we have the UK based brands. Have Boohoo to start off with. So Boohoo, I think, is really good for basic pieces, a lot of, you know, street style and things like that. And just like Boohoo, we also have Missguided, and Missguided is the same type of items, though I think the quality is better for Missguided. The price is a little bit more than Boohoo, but it's still really good, and I would highly recommend if street style, like Insta baddie is a little bit more your style. If you like Missguided and Boohoo, I think you're really gonna like Pretty Little Things as well, because they're very, very similar in the type of products that they sell. Next we have MissPap, which is a newer site, pretty sure. Well, at least it's newer to me. I have only really heard about it in the last few months, but it is, I would say, similar to Missguided, where it has a lot of good basic streetwear pieces, but it also has a lot of really trendy pieces. So it's not as like young as, say, Cider. Like Cider is definitely like a Gen Z, where I think that MissPap is a little bit more just sophisticated in general. Next we have American websites, and they're a little bit more on the edgier side. So first we have NastyGal. NastyGal started off as a vintage reseller on eBay, I think, and then it just like blew up. I would describe it as a 70s glam rock aesthetic, but more modern. I love NastyGal. I think it's like right on point with what I like to wear. They have a lot of really edgy pieces and really unique pieces. They don't have as many basics. This is if you need a dress, if you need a jacket, like, and similar to NastyGal, we have Dolls Kill, which is very edgy, I would say. Oh, well, there's like a couple of aesthetics in there. There's like a Y2K aesthetic. They have like a whole Bratz collection. And then there's also like a raver aesthetic that they go with. And then there's also like a goth, dark aesthetic. And they kind of cater to all of that. And it's very far out there pieces. I will say it can get a little pricey because they do sell other products or other brands through their website. Definitely catch them when they're in a sale. I mean, most of these sites always have sales, so you're not gonna have a problem. And next we have Attica, which is, I would say, edgy streetwear. Specifically, it's very similar to LF, where it's like more distressed, grunge, but it's still really trendy street style at the end of the day. Like a lot of t-shirts, jeans, sweatpants, bomber jackets, things like that. A little bit more sporty as well. So next we have the Australian retailers. We have Princess Polly to start off with. Princess Polly, I think, has been on the American scene for a lot longer. I would say with these Australian brands, it can get a little pricey because they're, you know, made predominantly not for being sold in America. So I think that's why like it's a little bit more expensive, but the quality of Princess Polly is there. It really is there. I have bought a couple of items from there, and they have lasted, you know, the test of time, and they're very, very on trend, like model street style. So more easygoing, effortless, chic, and they also just, they're starting a lot of the trends. So speaking of trend starting, we have Verge Girl, which is another one of the Australian brands that honestly starts most of the trends I've seen. There's a lot of items on like Aliexpress and Shein and things like that that are based off of Verge Girl items that have gone viral. Also, similar to Verge Girl, we have Beginning Boutique. It's just like beach, effortless, like fashionable looks. I would say for Princess Polly, Verge Girl, and Beginning Boutique, it typically is like a top being like $40. So it's not the cheapest, but they have really great pieces that last you longer, and the quality just like makes up for the price. If you like an effortless, beachy model look, these are for you, definitely. Okay, so now we have made it through all of the websites that I like to use that are specifically online. So next we have InPerson Stores. I mean, these are pretty obvious. Like, I'm gonna just kind of go through them really, really quickly. We have Forever 21, which I think is one of the cheapest options on this list, which a lot of people, you know, love or hate, but at the end of the day, they have really cheap pieces and they're pretty trendy, and they, you know, so if you need something here and there. Next we have Zara, which is on top of the trend always. Zara and Mango, always on top of the trends. They know what they're doing by far. Next we have Topshop, which it is also a little bit on the pricier side. Same with Urban, which is on this list. H&M, similar to Zara, on top of the trends, but you know, probably better known for their basics, and not my favorite, but it's always like if I need something basic, I always go there and I find it. And then we have Urban Outfitters. Again, it's a little pricier. It's more, I would say, like skater street style. And then we have Bershka, which is a sister company to Mango or Zara. I'm not quite sure. I'll put like a little thingy here. It's supposed to be a more youthful version, and they have really great pieces, but you know, nothing over 200. Then we have Rue 21, which might be the cheapest on this list. Rue 21 is a boutique, so everything is like a little bit lower quality, but it's really cheap and it gets the job done. Then we have Cotton On, called Cotton On because their products, I guess when they started off, were like primarily cotton, so they sell like t-shirts and jeans and slack, more like comfy wear, I would say. Mostly made out of cotton. Pretty good quality, not bad. Prices not bad either, and you can usually find them in a local mall. Last we have Express, which I honestly hadn't been shopping at Express for a long time, and I recently was at the mall looking for Christmas presents, and I saw Express. It's like my brother's favorite store, so I was like, let's go in. I was surprised. They are staying on top of the trends. The quality's pretty good, and they always have sales. Like everything, I think it was like 40 to 60% off. Like everything was on sale. So Express. Okay, next we have the less common. We have Walmart and Target. Also should add Costco and Sam's Club to that list, because you genuinely never know. Like if you are buying groceries, you might as well just pop on through to their clothes section. They are trying to keep up with trends, therefore there's going to be stuff that is cute and, you know, wearable. And I've bought from there plenty of times when I, you know, needed a swimsuit here and there, or like some boots. Like they have good stuff. You just have to be willing to look past the fact that it's Walmart, because you never know. They have pretty good items, and it kind of went viral on TikTok. You just have to like give everything a fair chance, and I think you're genuinely gonna find stuff that you like there. Next we have department stores, which I know none of us want to go into a department store. Like right now those are dying off, but because they are dying off, because they need the business, there are always sales, like always sales. And a really big tip I have is, if you're ever, not just in a department store, but if you're ever in a store, if you're ever like, ooh, I really like this, but it's still like kind of expensive, just type it into Google and price compare. You can also find really great deals of other sites that are selling it. Like I've found shoes that were cheaper on Amazon than on Macy's. I do that a lot because it's easier to find coupon codes online and get even more discounts, but when you're in person, coupon codes don't exist. You can't. Okay, so now we are on my favorite section, which is thrift. I love to thrift, whether it's Goodwill, Salvation Army. If you're in Texas, Savers and Texas Thrift are my favorite. NYC, my favorites are My Unique and L Train Vintage. I mean, it's better when you're in like a big city. So if you aren't able to thrift in person, obviously you have plenty of options on thrifting. On an app, we have Depop, which is younger, more Gen Zers and millennials are on there. I think it's much more like pure thrifted goods, like actual vintage pieces. And yeah, they have really cool things, really edgy things, hard to find things. It's a little bit harder to sort through, I would say. If you're looking for something specific, it might be a little bit difficult to find. But other than that, it's a great app to look through. Next, we have Poshmark, which I personally love Poshmark a lot. Poshmark is kind of like an everybody app. Like I think, you know, everybody's mom is on there, the eBay of resell apps. So you really find anything and everything there, and because of that, I think you also get better prices. It's also great because you know how much shipping is going to be, like whatever the flat rate is, which I think $5-6 maybe. I really like Poshmark. recommend it. Next we have ThredUp, which I would associate the most with being like a thrift store. There's just a lot of like meh stuff, but then there's also really great like pieces here and there that you have to dig through, obviously, to find. It's not too expensive, but you only have to pay for shipping once because it's all through the website, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about separate transactions. You can do returns whenever. I think 14 days. And they have customer service, so it's really easy and nice because it's all in one place. Next, we have eBay. Now, eBay, I love eBay. It's hard, though, to find stuff. Very good vintage pieces, and you can bid on stuff. It's pretty great. Like, you find really cool pieces, and I don't think that there are as many people on there buying as there are selling. So I think you have that to your advantage because a lot of pieces will sit there on eBay for, weeks and weeks and weeks, and they really are trying to like get the inventory out, so you have that, sort of on your side. Next, we have Facebook Marketplace, which, if I'm being honest, I've never bought clothing from it, but I've heard really great stories from other people who have bought, like more vintage pieces or like hard to find pieces off of both of those. I've used both of them though for like furniture and home goods. Now through Facebook Marketplace, you can now ship things. You can open up your search to the whole United States now and find really interesting pieces that will get mailed to you. And we have Etsy. Etsy, I would say is a little bit, they don't have as much clothes, right? Because it's mainly made for artists and artisans who, make crafts and whatever and sell you products. It's not as much for the resale game, but there are really, really neat pieces, especially vintage pieces. So if you're interested in things like that, I would go through Etsy. I would say for Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, and Craigslist, it's mostly going to be vintage pieces, and you're going to have to pay a little bit more for them, but they're really cool pieces, I would say. Like, it's a little bit more curated, and for that, you pay a little bit more. And they actually have auctions and items that you can look through. It's basically their own version of eBay, but with their own products, so they don't have to, like, spend that money. And since it's like all through them, it all goes back to them. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you found maybe a couple new sites or ideas on where to shop for, trendy but still on a budget. We all want to look like $1 million. It's not as important to wear $1 million as it is to feel confident in what you're wearing. And trust me, I feel confident when I found a pair of $10 boots at the thrift store that are my size, are beautiful, perfect, and amazing. So yeah, if you liked my video, please like and subscribe for more content. And I hope you're staying safe out there. And I will hopefully see you next time.